welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Thursday and I have a project for you. I have to admit, I'm still trying to catch up. We're getting closer to having our house back the way it should be, but it is a long ways yet to go. And it requires a lot of time that you don't realize that you're going to have to give up. So today I'm going to share a project that was shared with me at a demonstrator event a few weeks ago. Diana shared this project, and it had some fun layers, and she had some fun ideas that I hadn't thought of. So I want to share them with you today. It's always good when you do other people's projects sometimes because you learn things. We kind of get in a rut and doing things our own way. So she started with a layer. This is that plaid embossing folder. Look at that design. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. We're going to start. She started with a basic 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, scored it at 4 1/4. And then she did her layer here at 4 by 5 1/4. And it's interesting. I can tell she probably added a little bit of water when she embossed this because it's really flexible, and I'm guessing that the water, it always helps you get a really nice deep impression, and that's I'm guessing what she did. All right, so the thing that I hadn't thought about doing is she took one of the circles. I'm guessing this is from the Stylish Shapes die. It's 3-inch circle, and it's Pool Party. And something I hadn't thought to do. She took a bunch of the pieces from the Scenic Adventure set and she cut them out. Oh, I don't have my dies in there. Well, see if I can find them here. No, they got misplaced, but there's some really neat dies, and you're going to see a lot of the pieces here. She die cut all these pieces, and I'm like, well, I would start like this, and I'd put that on there, and then go like this. But she did something really fun. She put the images on the circle and then cut the shape of the circle so it's all on here. I think that's a really fun idea. Now, the cool thing with the die is that there's this tree image, and when you cut it out, it looks like this. And see how it's all one piece? When you take it apart, you actually get two sets of trees, which I think is really cool. All right, so we're going to start with trees up here. I'm going to kind of lay it out and then we'll glue it down. All right. I think we're going to go about like that. I'm going to cut it just a little bit longer because I don't want it to be too short. I do not like it when things are shorter. My paper's shorter than it should be. All right, so then she took the mountain and she added that piece like that. And then let's add in a few more trees. We'll go with these now along here. If you saw my post today, I did post that our granddaughter was born. So exciting. I can't believe she's already over a week old. It just blows my mind how fast time goes. All right, so I kind of have my idea here. So we're going to go start gluing it down. She's doing well, and brothers have adjusted pretty well so far, which is really good. You always wonder how the siblings will do when a new one is added into the mix. But so far, they're doing pretty well. And I'm getting some snuggle time, so that's always fun. All right, we're going to put our mountain about like that. Next week is the Technique and Funful class. I'm not able to do a class next Friday, so classes are going to be Tuesday and Wednesday, and I still have space in both classes. I do have people coming to both, but I've got some space. So if you want to attend either class, we'll start at 4 o'clock. If you work and you need to come a little bit later, that's okay. You can do that. Just let me know that that you need to come a little later and we can make that work. I like this piece. It's just like it's water ripples. Isn't that cool? All right. Oh, goodness. All right. So that looks like a mess, doesn't it? But I promise we're going to make it look really nice. We're going to flip it over. And maybe this is something you do all the time. I don't know. It was just something I hadn't thought about trying. And after I saw her card, I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I'm just following the edge of the circle that was die cut. Not too difficult on the blue here, but when we get up to this part, it's actually like 2 or 3 layers, so it's a little thicker. Isn't that pretty? I love Diana's idea. I just think that's an awesome idea. All right, get my scraps out of the way. And then the next week is going to be the shadow box class. And then the last week of the month is we're going to start our Christmas buffet. And no, I don't have any cards to show you yet. I'm still catching up. I've got the first 2 classes of the month figured out, but I haven't gotten Christmas cards going yet. The September to December we get to pre-order as demonstrators starts on August 5th. So I'll get to order some Christmas stuff then. So then I can start making some stuff. I've got a few stamp sets that carried over that I can use. All right. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is a 2-inch square. This is 1.5 by 3. So this is 1.5 by 3. This is a 2-inch square. Diane always has lots of layers. I always say she's a embellish, 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 and I'm a plain Jane because I always have just a few layers. But isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I just love that. All right, so we are going, I think I'll pop it up. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and I'm assuming you guys do this, but you know you always have that edge where there's no die cut dimensionals where they didn't cut them. But man, you can get a lot of good out of that edge. And sometimes the edge pieces are better. I've been working on shadow boxes for my grandkids, and they had little kids with thin legs, and by cutting these thin pieces here, it was just the size of the leg, so it worked out really well. Yep, I'm going to show it to you here in just a minute. Got the shadow box. I can show you those cards, or the shadow boxes, and I'll see if I can grab the cards for class next week. All right. This would be great for a man or a woman, I think. Either one, it would work really well. And then she cut out these trees, and they're going to add some depth here on the side. Now, because I did dimension there and I hadn't thought about this ahead of time, I'm going to double stack these. So I'm going to put a dimensional here, take the adhesive off, and place another one over the top. And then, let's see, right there. Now this one is actually going to be on the circle, so it just needs one. So it's the tree that will not be on the circle that needs the double. So you kind of have to think that through because it's upside down. So it's opposite side there. All right, we're going to put the trees here on the edge. Isn't that gorgeous? Not quite done yet. So I took her banner that she had pre-cut, and I needed birthday. She made it kind of a retirement type card. But she did something that I thought was fun. She just cut in from the edges to give this just a little different look like that. So it's like a banner. We're going to put that. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it like that. Decisions, decisions. Do you do that? You start working and then you're trying to figure out, where am I going to put it? I don't know. All right, now I'm just going to glue that down. If you do it for men, I wouldn't add a lot of ribbon or anything. You could add some of our metallic gems, I think would look good on here. There we go. I'm going to grab those. I've been using these metallic gems a lot. I just think they go really well with the um, masculine cards because they're shiny, but because they're not the bright, pretty like pinks and yellows, I think because they're the metallic colors, I think they look really nice. I'm using the copper ones. Let's see, we'll put one right up there. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that card. And, the other day we were talking about scraps. You really could use scraps for almost everything except this layer and your card base because all these other pieces are small, little pieces of paper that you could use your scraps for. So I hope you enjoy this project. Here, you're going to get some choices on the shadow boxes. One of our team members that comes to the shadow box class designed this beautiful sunflower card shadow box. And then that is your August option, or you can do these little people. It depends on who your shadow box is for. For my grandkids, I wanted this. Probably for my mom, I'll probably do the sunflower. And then this is the September with fall leaves. I thought that was really pretty. So this is a shadow box class. And let me grab, these are the 3 cards for the technique class this month. This is a really fun technique that you'll get to learn how to do, as well as the fan. And then this is the simple card. Because after you've done all that hard work, you need something just really quick and simple. And I think that makes a beautiful card. All right. Hope you enjoyed the project. Hopefully I'm back in the swing of things and we'll get to do more lives and less videos. But school starting, so that always adds a challenge to life a little bit for me. Hope you enjoyed the card today. Diana, thank you for designing that. And I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. We'll put it right here in the middle again. Thanks. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.